Yeah, so and it's been a bit surreal, really. It's all come so quick, and yeah, it's just getting your head around everything that's happened and trying to take it all in stride and keep pushing on. Like, yeah.
Do you take it all in your stride?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
What is that? Are you a fairly laid back character anyway, or?
Yeah, I'm quite chilled out, quite laid back. I'm pretty relaxed. Yeah.
But I can't help thinking when you first, I mean, in the Cardiff side was something, but when you got your call up unexpectedly, was there a bit of stargazing when you first, came across Gareth Bale and all this sort of stuff?
Yeah, definitely. It was yeah, like watching these boys play since I was a kid and stuff, watching them in school and the Euros and stuff, and then I was training with them and playing with them. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
How much did you pick up in the Euros, even though you didn't play?
Yeah, so much. Just training with the types of players that you learn so much every day in training, and little bits of advice they give you and stuff. Yeah, learn so much.
You must have something going for you because two international managers, Rob Page and of course your club manager Mick McCarthy, famously managed Ireland. They took one look at you and said, "This guy's a player." What do you think it is?
I don't know, to be honest. I just like to play my way, and hopefully they like how I play and pick me. That's all I do really, and it's worked so far. So,
what position do you like playing best? People are trying to work out where your position is on the pitch. You're so young, you probably don't have to worry yet, but you tell me.
yeah, I don't really know. I like to play everywhere. Playing's the main thing. As long as I'm on the pitch, I don't really mind. But yeah, out wide, number 10, midfield, up front, wherever, I'm easy.
Where do you feel most comfortable?
I've played the most at number 10, so I'd have to say that.
On Wednesday night, heck of it was a very inexperienced side. How did you feel Wales coped?
Yeah, I thought we did really well, to be fair. It was a really young team, as you just said, and I think we kept the ball well. We moved it around, got a few chances towards the end. Yeah, I thought we did well for such a young team. Yeah, we did really well.
You say a few, I got to say you had one.
Yeah, I had one come from my shin, and I just couldn't quite get there, and the other one just went past me, the goal line. But yeah, it was could have had two, but on another day.
Are you hopeful you might have done enough for Belarus on Sunday? Because so far you've played two friendlies, haven't you?
Yeah, well, hopefully, just try and do it as best as I can, and the gaffer picks who he picks, and I'm happy with whoever's best for the team. That's what I'm happy with.
You're, as I say, keep talking about your youth, but you're not alone in the Wales squad, are you? There's a group of young players all coming through. Did you know many of them before you got there?
I knew a few. They're still, even though they are young boys, they're still a bit older than me. So it's, I've heard stories of them from when I was with the younger squads of what they'd done before I was there and stuff. But yeah, I've got to know them all now, and they're all great bunch of boys. Yeah.
When I'm commentating on you, I always say you're a bigger unit than people think you are. Do you see what I mean there?
Yeah, I look quite small on the pitch sometimes, but I'm quite tall, so yeah.
And you seem to have taken to it really comfortably. Do you find a difference at the international level?
Yeah, definitely. It's more structured and tactical than club football. I think there's so much on the line each game. Everybody doesn't want to concede and make sure they're still in the game. So definitely there's that more tactical side to the game, and just being with the boys and stuff. Yeah, it's really good to get away and that togetherness and stuff. Yeah, that's a big difference. Yeah, so it's really good.
And since the Euros, I mean, how much did the COVID affect you and delay your sort of return to football?
Yeah, that's definitely weren't ideal, really, but probably got to say I'd rather it before the season than during. But obviously, it delayed my preparation for the season and stuff. But yeah, I'm back fully fit now, 100%. So yeah.
And I got to ask you, have you been, because people are always talking about, have you been double jabbed, all that sort of stuff, or have you had to wait because of the COVID?
Yeah, well, I don't really know what the situation is really. I was supposed to have my jab when I was away, but obviously I couldn't because I was away. And then I had it straight away when I was back. So I've been speaking to the doctors at Cardiff and stuff. And obviously, because I've just recently had COVID, I don't really know what the protocol is, but they'll sort it out for me. Whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah, that'd definitely be icing on the cake to do that. But yeah, we just got to work hard now, try and win these next few games, and hopefully we'll all be there. So yeah.
And last one from me, it's a sort of repetitive theme, but you've signed a new deal at Cardiff as well now in the last few days. Do you ever really pinch yourself and wonder just how this has happened all so quickly?
Yeah, I do have to now and again to just make sure it is all real. Like it's like I said, it's come so fast. But yeah, I'm taking everything in my stride and just keep looking forward and try and do even better in the future. So,
Rubin, all the best. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Diolch, Rob. Geraint Hughes.
Thanks, Sarah. Hi, Rubin. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Rubin, can I just ask sort of how sort of the preparations have been? Obviously, you're staying in Helsinki to lessen the travel, but obviously, it's it feels like it's slightly backs to the wall because nobody wants to go to Kazan. It seems unfair that you've had to go to Kazan to play on a neutral venue. You've had withdrawals, you've had problems with COVID, visa issues. Are you kind of in that sort of mentality where, right, everything's gone against us, we've got to use that as a positive energy? Is that part of the mentality in the build-up to the game?
I think it's just one of those things that happens in football. Nothing ever goes 100% right, and it's just you've got to deal with it and get on with it and try and do as best as you can under the circumstances. So yeah, we're definitely all pulling together, trying to do as best as we can in the circumstances. Yeah.
And listen, I know you've not been in too many camps, but kind of how different are things? The fact that you've stayed out in Helsinki and you're going to fly straight to Belarus. How's training being mixed up? How's the boss and the coaches tried to change things up a bit?
I think it's pretty similar to what we normally do. Really, it's just obviously in a different country. Preparations have been pretty much the same, and since I've been here, and yeah, it's worked for us in the past, so we're doing it again, and I think it's just same things, just in a different place.
And mercifully, even though you've got to go to Kazan, it's in a neutral venue. There are no fans, but I suppose you are used to it. What threat do you see Belarus are? Because if you look at it on paper, 6 points from these games against Belarus and Estonia are kind of what's needed to keep you in the hunt with Belgium. How do you view the group and these two games coming up? The first one, obviously, with Belarus.
Yeah, well, every game is so important at national level. I think you want to try and get as much out of every game as you can. And I think they're a good side. They'll work hard. They'll work for each other. They've got that together in us. And I think we've just got to work just as hard and play how we play, and then hopefully we'll get the results. So.
Rubin, what effect do you think it might be having an empty stadium? I said in the previous question, you're kind of used to it, but we've had crowds back and going back to an empty stadium. But what impact do you think it might have on the game?
I think it's obviously it's better with the crowd there and with the fans there. Obviously for them and for us, it gives us a boost. But I think, like I said earlier, we've got to deal with the circumstances and just get on with it and try and win the game. So.
Rubin, just on a final sort of question, unfortunately a serious question. Obviously throughout the Euros, Wales took the knee. We've got a number of black players within the Wales team, within the Wales squad. I'm sure you've heard, if you may have seen the England game last night, just kind of how boringly repetitive is it that we're having issues where players are being abused? I don't know whether you and the players saw much about what happened with the England boys last night, but it's happened to Wales players as well, this.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like it just keeps going on, and obviously something needs to be done to stop it. Otherwise, it's just going to keep happening. But yeah, we do all the right stuff. We make sure we get the message out there. It's not okay, and we show everybody what we think about it, and we just got to keep doing that, and hopefully things will start to turn around. Yeah.
Nice one, Rubin. Listen, congratulations on your new deal, and best of luck now for the coming games.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers. Nice one. Thanks.
Thanks, Geraint. And Glenn Williams.
Hi, Rubin. Glenn Williams from Wales Online. Yeah, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Good. You have the luxury, very few kids your age have been afforded in being able to learn from someone who's probably been one of the best in your position in the world, in Gareth Bale. What sort of nuggets have you picked up from him?
He's so good, to be honest. He's unbelievable. just the way he plays and getting to train with him and seeing the things he does is just, you just take so much in, and without even realising just the way he moves, the areas he picks up, what he does with the ball and stuff, it's just, there's no one better to learn off really than the best player in the world, and he's one of them. So
I can imagine he was one of your idols growing up. So how daunting was it to initially broach him and sort of lean on him for some advice?
yeah, it was a bit strange at the start, just being used to seeing him on TV and stuff, and then next minute I'm walking down the corridor with him and chatting with him and stuff. But yeah, it's yeah, it was a bit daunting at the start, but yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah, he's welcomed me in there.
I was speaking to a former teammate of yours at Cardiff, Jack Bodnam, and he told me that he thinks you becoming comfortable with your body was a massive thing for you. He said you went through a big growth spurt and that sort of destabilized you a little bit, but you now see more at ease with that. Is that fair?
Yeah, definitely. I think when I was younger, I was probably wouldn't think it now, I was one of the smaller players in the team, and then I had a bit of a growth spurt and I couldn't really run properly. I was all over the place. Like I thought my legs were shorter than they were, and yeah, it's one of those things. The last couple of years, sort of growing into my body, and still think I've got a bit more to go with, just settling in and knowing my size and my body and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely come together now, and yeah, it's helped me out a lot. Yeah.
His words were, "You looked gangly."
Yeah, that's what I would say as well. Yeah.
And how has it been off the pitch for you, Rubin? How have you dealt with the stuff that comes with this sort of rise? You know, these press interviews, getting noticed in Tesco, all those sorts of things.
Yeah, I'm just keeping my feet on the ground, staying humble. Don't really think about it too much. Try and just see it as normal and just what all the other boys go through and stuff. So yeah, just taking it one step at a time and keep my feet on the ground and just try not to change it.
And it's nice to talk, obviously, about how far you've come in such a short space of time. But do you have real tangible goals for yourself now this season, both for club and country?
Yeah, I just want to play as much as I can. I think for young players, that's the main thing. You just try and get in the pitch and play as much as you can. That's how you improve the most, and that's where it matters really. So my goal is just to play as much as I can and do as well as I can when I'm on the pitch. So yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you, Rubin. Wish you all the best.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn. Phil Blanche.
Hi, Rubin. Phil Blanche here from the PA.
Okay.
Yeah, not too bad. Hope you're well. Wales seem to be playing catch up in this group, so a couple of games behind some of the teams. I mean, and Belgium and Czech Republic both won last night. Do you sort of feel that these next two games, I mean, it's the weakest sides in the group, really, you have to win both of them, really?
I think, well, like I've said earlier, every game is vital at national level, and I think the results, obviously, they affect where we are in the group and stuff, but I don't think they affect what we want to do. We want to try and win every game and try and beat every team. But yeah, I think we're just going to try our best and try and win the games.
You don't think last night's results have put any extra pressure on you?
No, I think the pressure's already there anyway. I think we want to try and win the game, and we try and focus on ourselves and not worry about other things. So
Thanks, Rubin.
yeah, cheers, thank you.
Thanks, Phil. And do you have any other English questions before we turn to Welsh? No, I think we're ready to go.